We've now come to the final chapter, the conclusion. You've been introduced to the dragon defense's three components: the traditional rock, the active rock, and the hyper-aggressive betting style that can disappear on the very next card. Executed correctly, the dragon will present the illusion of an untrained, erratic player. But this is only how it will seem to your opponents. There's nothing random about it. Never forget that the dragon is a rock, and all his game decisions must be based on the pot odds he's receiving. Before finishing, I want to review the dragon's main features one last time. Call pre-flop only with playable hold cards. These include Broadway pairs, suited Broadway connectors with up to 2 ranks of separation, and unsuited Broadway connectors with up to 1 rank of separation. And raise pre-flop only with raisable hold cards. These include paired paint, ace paint, and suited connected paint. You'll want to raise whenever possible, that is, whenever the pot odds support it, but balance aggression with caution. On the one hand, you want to maximize your raises when leverage is at its maximum, but you also must consider whether you might actually make more profit by simply calling. That is, you don't want to panic your opponents into folding. This means you must get to know how your opponents think. Pay to see the next card only by making good bets. Never chase. Only when the pot odds permit you to pay to see the next card are you allowed to draw to one of your target hands. And pursue only valid target hands. These include trips, straights, flushes, and full houses. And when you're playing as the dragon, you can include 2 pair, but only after you've flopped top pair, or occasionally a pair and an overcard in loose games. You'll be treating all target hands as drawing hands, including 2 pair. So you'll need to know the break-even points for all your milestones, which include some combination of trips, a 4 straight, a gut shot straight draw, a 4 flush, and top pair. You'll fold as early as possible. Not only will this save you from the very expensive habit of chasing, but it will also lend a bit of chaos to your betting and raising. For example, it'll not be uncommon to be seen raising pre-flop only to fold after seeing the flop. All of which will desensitize your opponents to your bets and raises. Always think defensively, being aware of threats from the board and betting accordingly. Including in your game all the factors I've mentioned here will go a long way toward making the most of your winning chances while guarding against unnecessary losses. And that's the prime directive of poker. Maximize your wins and minimize your losses. And finally, to execute the dragon defense properly, you'll need to actively encourage disrespect. Imagine that you've applied all the techniques described here. How would it appear to your opponents? Overly aggressive on the one hand, then overly cautious on the very next card. Erratic, timid even, easily chased off a hand, and yet your stack steadily grows. What's the most likely conclusion drawn by your opponents? You're a donkey on a lucky streak, someone they'll want to punish. If your ego can withstand so much disrespect, you could have a very profitable game. You now have all the theoretical knowledge you need to execute the dragon defense, but it'll take some practice to play it correctly, so don't attempt to play this style in a high-stakes game until you've perfected it at a low-stakes table. And remember, the dragon is just a variant of the traditional rock style. Making premium hands is still your main goal, so play only as many active rock hands as needed to convince your opponents that you're not a rock. When executed correctly, the dragon defense will make it nearly impossible for your opponents to put you on a hand. They'll simply have no idea what cards you hold. But remember, it's all just for show. At the core of this style is a rock. Never give in to the temptation to chase table scraps. And when you spend serious money, make sure you're always the favorite to win. So play smart, think defensively, and be patient. Let your opponents come to you, foolishly offering you the opportunity to defeat them. That's it. That's all the preparation I can give you. Now it's up to you. Good luck and good hunting. Hello, this is Tyson Wood. Our goal here at Strategic Hold'em is simple, to help you play smarter poker. You can help us spread the word by sharing our web address with a friend. And you can help us keep the lights on at Strategic Hold'em by making a donation. We plan to continue our research and release more poker tutorials as new results come available. If you have any topic suggestions, please send them to feedback@strategichold'em.com. All your comments are welcome. We'd particularly like to hear about your most successful bluffing tactics. On behalf of the entire team at Strategic Hold'em, good luck and good hunting.